Now we're in Demopolis and it's raining pretty good. The lock's been under construction and they can't get us in for about 3 hours. So we're gonna wait out the rain here. Try and get through the lock, see how far we can get before dark. This is the bottom side of the Demopolis lot below the dam. Got water coming over the dam and then over these beautiful rocks. Kind of a nice little view. Rain has slowed down, but we got through the Demopolis lock and we're heading south. Look at this house dangling over the rock into the river, over the river. Wow. We got stilts clear up on top of that ridge. That's how high that water can get sometimes. We're continuing down the Tombigbee River. We went past the first anchorage because Allison wants to try and go further, and we're going to see if we can find another anchorage down here before it gets too late. That's kind of our dilemma, is finding an anchorage before sunset, but at the same time the anchorages are like an hour apart, so we're just on the hunt right now. Where do you want to stop?
I don't care.
I need you to give me some input.
I already told you, go as far as we can.
I want you to pick.
Daylight.
I want you to pick so that I have. I want you to pick so I have someone to blame when it doesn't work out.
Nope.
Well, the vultures are circling out here, and whatever those are, blackbirds or crows or something. Something over there for them to eat.
Today's journey was a little odd because we didn't get to start until noon, having to wait to get through the lock. We traveled 41 nautical miles down the Tombigbee River in rain and clouds, and then sunshine and rain, and then finally fog. And it was a pretty drive.
We just anchored at sunset here at, I don't know what this place is called, but it's not a very great anchorage. It's right across from a boat ramp, but the biggest problem is it's just basically a little bit of a notch out of the main channel in the river. This is all main channel, and we have no choice because it's sunset, so we'll anchor here. We're out of the way. People have used this anchorage before. It is on Waterway Guide, and we're gonna cook dinner. Nice evening here, the Tombigbee River. The mist is accumulating on the water, and raindrops are hitting the water, and we have a sunset. There's some fall colors, and we have thunder in the distance. Very peaceful and nice. Good morning. It's November 22nd, 2025. We are about to pull up anchor here at this Barron's Landing. Hopefully it comes up because we twisted around and there's some trees down in here. And we're going to take off down the Tombigbee.
We were concerned because we had spun around in circles many times with 12 different tow barges that had come by right 50 yards from us as we sat here right in the wide side of the river. And as you spin around, when there's big deadheads and trees under the water, it's possible you could tangle up the chain or line, but it came right up and we didn't have any snag on the anchor, which was a blessing.
We're always fighting debris on this river. Logs and sticks, plants. The logs are the biggest worry. Actually, the deadheads are the biggest worry, sticking up under the water, and then the logs. So this is called Coffeville Lake. Coffee, like you drink, Coffeville Lake. Basically, it's again just the pool above the Coffeville Dam and Lock on the Tombigbee River. Back home we have the Colorado River where we boat, and Colorado River is dammed. In those places where it's dammed, we have lakes in between the segments of river. So we have Lake Powell, and then the Colorado River, then Lake Mead, and then the Colorado River, and then Lake Havasu, and the Colorado River goes on beyond that. So it's the same kind of thing here with the Tombigbee or the Tennessee. You have dams and there's pools of water above them that they call the lake. So this is the Coffeville Lake above the Coffeville Dam. And we are about 40 nautical miles north of the Coffeville Dam, and we'll be hitting that this afternoon. Well, we didn't get much sleep last night. You saw where we were anchored. It was just a wide spot in the river there. The anchor held, never moved, but there were about 12 tows that came by, all of whom were talking on the radio. And only 2 of them waked us any significant amount, but the others had very minimal wakes. You can hear the engines churn. We were not even, I don't know, 25 yards, 20 yards at the most from where the tows were, in a little notch off the channel. And so we heard them, and we had to worry about them, and we had to make sure we weren't drifting into the shore because we were in pretty deep water and we couldn't really put out a stern anchor well. But at any rate, we didn't sleep very good. We're back on the water. Still got fog on the water. Saturday chores, vacuuming. Mainly we vacuum up dead bugs. Got the dishes washed here. So you can kind of see on my nav chart here where we've been, where we're going. This is split screen, so you can ignore the right half. But we started in Demopolis up here yesterday, and we've come all the way down this river, and right here about halfway to Coffeville, which is our last lock. At Coffeville, we will go through the lock and become subject to tides again. They say there's about a 4-foot tide down there. That's what our book says. I'll have to look it up. And 4-foot tidal swing and salt water. So that's not going to be fun, but it is what it is. Well, we made it to a place called Okatapa Creek. Here's the creek entrance. We've anchored right at the mouth here by the river, but we're off the river, and it's about 8 feet of water, very peaceful. It looks like there's a road or some trails over here. We're going to take the dinghy up.
So we can film. We got our tender named.
Love me tender.
We got it on there. Okay, we're going to go for a ride up here.
Cool. How do you know?
This is where they live.
All right.
And they like water.
Well,
Copperheads and water moccasins.
Well, don't swim in there.
No.
This is a really relaxing journey. It was much more relaxing until Allison read that the alligators can be found here. Well, we just hit some. Is it a gator?
Alligators and water moccasins and copperheads.
Okatapa Creek. That's what this anchorage is called. And we're going to go right up this creek and see what's up here. It's a wilderness or a nature preserve. So there's no hunting or guns, or we saw we heard a gunshot. So apparently they don't obey the signs. We're going on a swamp tour, an alligator swamp tour, looking for alligators and snakes. This looks like the one we did in Louisiana.
Similar.
Wonder if they do have gators this far north. Opened up into a little lake. Go see where this goes. There's a Spanish moss on the trees, which is neither Spanish nor moss, by the way. I love that kind of bayou looking trees with the roots in this shallow water. Like over here, straight in front of us. These lily, I don't want to call them lilies, but these floating water plants. It's just water plants, and they float, and they get in big clumps, and the big ones with great big tuberous roots and branches and big leaves are the ones that I'm running over on the boat.
We met this nice minister who shares the gospel while fishing.
A cool place in here. In the middle of this kind of a bayou almost. I haven't seen any gators yet. Well, we just took off from our anchorage. A little bit of a foggy, misty morning. We are headed to the Coffeville lock, the last lock. We decided to anchor short, as we said, so we could go for a dinghy ride and relax. Watched football yesterday. So we didn't make it through the Coffeville lock yesterday, but on the other side we'll be in saltwater and tides. We are kind of excited to go through our last lock, wouldn't you say?
We're very excited to go.
How many locks do you think we've been through?
Oh, there's 12 here. I don't know how many
13.
were on the Illinois.
Weren't there 13?
This is 12.
12 or 13. And we
There
went
were 12
through
on the Erie. There were 43 on Trent Severn.
20 something on the Erie, weren't there? We've forgotten dozens of locks, and we're sick of them. So our last lock right here, they're just opening it up, and we're going to go in as soon as he lets us and go down into the salt water, which we're not looking forward to. Okay, we are about to exit the last lock. There's our horn.
This is it. Goodbye, Coffeville lock. We're not gonna miss you. Look out here at this wide river. But look at this circuitous path I have to take. This light blue to stay in the dredged channel. It's constant hiking someplace. Well, the river is on the other side of those trees. Practically a stone's throw away over there. Look at this map. Look how circuitous it is. You gotta come down here, wrap around, and then back down, and then down. Quite the river. Today's been kind of a lazy day. Allison's taking a nap, and we're just cruising down this Tombigbee River in Alabama, heading towards Mobile. We got through that last lock, as you saw. We're now into some brackish water with the tidal current and tidal flow. So we're moving on down, kind of gray, probably 65 degrees, 60 degrees. It's not too warm, but it is nice. I wanted you to see how much insulation there is in this door, how much quieter it is. Right, we traveled 53.6 nautical miles today down the Tombigbee Warrior River. We pulled in right here, that's the Tombigbee out there. We pulled in this little place called Three Rivers Lake, and it gets narrow and a tree's overhanging up over there, and I'm a little high for that. There's another boat up there. So we just anchored here at the entrance, Three Rivers Lake. And we will see how we hold here and spend the night.